Good afternoon. Welcome to audio video production. A basic and overall description, I think, of the course would be, as I always say, that I take students from script to screen in professional video terms. So students in audio video production will learn what is called pre-production, production, post-production. Again, script to screen. A lot of students assume that there's probably not as much work that goes into films and to pre-production, which some productions, of course, could spend up to 2 years in that. Students will learn how to properly format and write a pitch for a project, learn how to communicate those creative ideas to somebody who may spend money on their projects, form that into a treatment, which is the next step of the writing process, which inevitably leads to what we all know as a screenplay or a movie script, where they will learn how to properly format a script, but not only primarily format things, but to be creative thinkers, creative writers. Learn the 3-act structure, learn how characters are formed, their backstories, their bios, how to creatively write a character arc and a narrative journey within in a film format. From there, we turn students over into production skills, where we learn the fundamentals of photography. Because if you cannot tell a good story with one photograph, you're certainly not going to be able to do it with 24 frames per second. So students will learn how to be creatively, visually creative, where they'll learn how to frame a shot. They will learn how to, the psychology also, the creative psychology that goes into choosing certain shots in cinematography, and why certain directors and photographers are choosing the shots that they're shooting. There's a purpose for every shot. So they will learn to have a creative mind behind every decision they make in this profession. From there, they will graduate themselves into motion picture camera work, where they will take the skills that they learned as a photographer and apply that to a video camera, shooting 24 pictures per second or 24 frames per second. Once they get a good grip on handling the film work at that point, they graduate further and move into sound design. Working with sound design, each student will be restricted in the beginning of the course with me, and they will learn how to master each and every single skill set. Instead of just being good at one, they will be good at all. Therefore, when they actually have the entire arsenal of video production equipment and assets in their lap, they are proficient in every single one, so that way they are their most creative. Students will be forced into positions where they will have to find creative solutions to make a story work. Case in point, having an assignment where you tell a story with just using sound, for instance. You have to find a way to translate your narrative story to an audience without the aid of visuals. That would make you quite creative and almost an expert in sound design. But once all of these, once we're done with the production phase, which would be, shooting the video and sound design, students will move into post-production, where they'll learn how to cut films together and edit films together, which is probably the last form of the film that takes on to the screen. So this is where they learn the art of cutting a film, how long shots should go, when to cut, how to cut, the art of cutting cinema, film, television, music videos, anything. So students should be able to leave me, an independent filmmaker, media producer, with the skills that are universal for any industry, but more so technical proficiency and creative thinking, critical creative thinking. It's not enough to have students leave and be able to know how to operate a camera. They need to know why they're operating that camera. What's that mean? That means I want students to be proficient in their technical skills, but I am also here to help train and bring out the artist in everyone. I hope that this has been informative. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me personally through my email here, or reach out to the school or Mr. Farrell and get through to me that way. Thank you for your time.